Election updates. A Trump whistleblower wins his House. Virginia does not have an automatic recount, but if the difference between the two candidates is less than 1%, either can ask for a recount, according to David Richards, a professor of political science at the University of Lynchburg in Virginia. Absentee ballots, which must be postmarked by today, could still come in as late as Monday. It may be a while until we know the result in Bob Good versus John McGuire. Bob Good and John McGuire, whose race is still too close to call in Virginia's 5th District, are both election deniers who have promoted the lie that Donald Trump won the 2020 election. This race now raises a new question in Republican politics. Do they deny election results generally, or just to curry favor with Trump? Will the loser want the winner to respect mailed-in ballots if they change the result? The race between Representative Bob Good of Virginia, the chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, and his Trump-endorsed hard-right challenger, State Senator John McGuire, is tighter than expected. The bitter primary has split the MAGA universe, and now experts predict it will be too close to call tonight. They expect a recount while the Good camp, behind by a few hundred votes, waits on provisional and absentee ballots to be counted. The final debate between Representative Jamaal Bowman of New York and his more moderate primary challenger, George Latimer, is about to begin. The Democratic contest has featured bitter fights over race, class, and the war in Gaza. It may also become the most expensive House primary in history. Watch the debate here. At his rally in Racine, WIS, Donald Trump may have alluded to a position in his administration for Vivek Ramaswamy if Trump were to win in November. He's going to be with us in some form, Trump said of Ramaswamy, the former Republican presidential candidate who has since endorsed Trump. Speaking in Racine, WIS, Donald Trump riffed on a viral clip of President Biden appearing to wander from the crowd at the Group of Seven summit in Italy last week. He looked like he didn't know where the hell he was, Trump said. A fuller video of the event showed Biden approaching a skydiver just off screen. Such manipulated videos are done in bad faith, Karine Jean-Pierre, the White House press secretary, said on Monday. Former President Donald J. Trump, speaking in Racine, WIS, criticized President Biden's recently announced program to give some 500,000 undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens a path to citizenship. We should not be talking about amnesty, Trump said. We should be talking about stopping the invasion. More Republicans have begun to echo Trump's use of invasion to describe the rise of migration at the southern border. Donald Trump just took the stage at a rally in Racine, WIS, where he addressed reports that he had criticized Milwaukee in a private meeting with House Republicans last week. He started by proclaiming, "I love Milwaukee," but added, "We've got to fix the crime, you know that. You got to make sure the election's honest," a reference to his debunked claims of widespread voter fraud in the 2020 election. Senator Mitch McConnell, the longtime Republican leader, who is known for his frosty relationship with Donald J. Trump, said at a news conference that he would attend the party's national convention next month in Milwaukee as chair of the Kentucky delegation. "I don't know what role I'm going to play," he said when asked if he would speak. At the White House, about 200 immigrant rights advocates, Latino leaders, and Democrats are gathered for President Biden's announcement extending protection for undocumented spouses. The room is stuffy. A heat wave has hit Washington, but the mood is jubilant. Some people in the room have been working for years to make this happen in discussing President Biden's new immigration order, the White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre, evoked when Barack Obama and Biden as vice president issued the DACA order. There is a history, if you will, About the president wanting to protect American families, Jean-Pierre said, "But while Biden appears to be trying to replicate that moment, the political waters on immigration have changed." Previewing Donald Trump's immigration message against President Biden, Stephen Miller, the architect of Trump's anti-immigration policies, cast a label on Biden's new immigration order. Miller calls the order, which gives protections to immigrants living in the United States illegally but married to U.S. citizens, amnesty, a term that's been used to help sink bipartisan legislative efforts on immigration. In the wake of President Biden's latest immigration order, his campaign has previewed what will most likely be Biden's argument on the debate stage when he goes head-to-head with former President Donald J. Trump on the issue. While Trump would separate families, a campaign email says, Biden is working to protect them, even as he secures the border for decades. Democrats have operated with the premise that immigration policy and support among Latino voters go hand in hand. But the rising popularity of Donald J. Trump among Hispanic voters is testing that theory in a big way. President Biden, for his part, is trying to both project control over immigration at the border and also give more rights to undocumented immigrants who have lived here for years. Will President Biden's new policy protecting hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants married to American citizens help him win back Latino voters who have drifted away? Pollsters at Equis, a liberal-leaning research group that focuses on Latinos, say yes. Their polling shows that Democrats can improve their standing by delivering on promises to overhaul immigration. The Arizona Court of Appeals dismissed a right-wing lawsuit that had called for the results of the 2022 midterm elections in the state to be overturned after Republicans fell short of a hoped-for red wave in the battleground state. The plaintiffs had argued that Arizona's most populous county, Maricopa, did not properly verify signatures on mail-in ballot affidavits, the largest union representing Environmental Protection Agency workers, backed President Biden for re-election. Its first political endorsement. We face a climate emergency that requires a president who will lead the way, not get in the way. Marie Owens Powell, the president of AFG Council 238, said in a statement. One day after capturing his second U.S. Open title, golfer Bryson DeChambeau drank red wine from the trophy and hit a glow-in-the-dark golf ball at Donald J. Trump's golf club in New York's Westchester County. Eric Trump, the former president's middle son, joined him for the celebration, which included a video message from the elder Trump